couple, you two!
Ah, crap. Oh. Died. Yeah, I will never say streaming is exhausting. I worked a 12-hour day yesterday in retail. Streaming is a joy.
Oh, Scorp, love you, but you do know it's really cut in, right? What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Oh, crap.
Yes.
Oh!
That is exactly what I would have
Okay,
done.
Scorpion, you're making me
Like an
mad,
old
buddy.
married couple, you two!
Come here, Rhino.
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Oh, Scorp, love you, but you do know it's Ruby cut in, right? What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Garnet, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, like an old married couple, you two! So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary...
It seems I broke him.
Since I broke you. Trying to... I can't attack Rhino because
Oh,
Scorpion
Scorp,
interrupts.
love you, but you do know it's Ruby cut in, right? What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Garnet, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, like an old married couple, you two!
Oh, okay. Okay. You know, that's fine. That's fine.
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen? How about...
Yeah, the dialogue is really good.
Oh, Scorp, love you, but you do know it's Ruby cut in, right? What were you gonna do if I didn't? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Garnet, that is exactly what I would have done.
Okay, I
Like
think
an
that's
old
what I've
married
got to do.
couple,
I've got
you
to beat him up while I dodge Scorpion.
What are you afraid? Stop aiming right at me. How did you not see that coming? But you're fighting.
You jerk.
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen? How about the we murdered Spider-Man and used his corpse for a blanket? Hey,
Target, please, you embarrass yourself.
gotta get Scorpion on the ground. Gadgets might help.
Oh, gadgets. Yeah, I forgot about that. I have gadgets.
Get him, you idiot! Get him! Calm down and help Brock!
Guys,
Not that
please.
gadget.
Plenty of me to go around.
You are in my way!
Okay, you guys are not playing fair.
He is finished.
Okay, now I know what to do.
money.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is disable Rhino and then use that opportunity to web Scorpion and
Scorp,
see if I
love
can
you,
take
but
him
you do know
out.
it's rude to cut in, right?
What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Jonathan, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, like an old married couple, you two.
Rhino. We over there?
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
How about we murdered Spider-Man and used his corpse for a blanket? Hey,
Jonathan, please, you embarrass yourself.
Oh, I gotta web him twice? Dang it. Yeah, there we go. Oh!
get him, you idiot!
Drop down the help rock.
Guys, please! There's plenty of me to go around!
What in the... What is going on? Oh, he hit me with the poison right as I was pulling it. This is tough. They do some serious damage. Let me check out my... What's this called? I got a new suit. What's the new suit? Is that going to help me at all? Stop it. Last stand suit. Enemies cannot block or interrupt your attacks even if they have shields. That's pretty cool. And new suit mods. Stormbolt discharge. Build up an electrical charge by performing air attacks and release that charge by attacking enemies on the ground. That's crazy. Meanwhile, so I have first aid and life support. And I think I'm going to change this out for gel padding for the melee damage. Random question. Oh, wait, well, do you have any pets? Random question, I know. Just curious. Okay, so. Yes and no. No, I don't. I will. I had a beagle for 17 years, a rescue. He was 18 years old when he passed away, and I had him cremated. This is his ashes in a nice urn. His name was Barry, B-A-R-R-Y. And I was going to actually name the channel after him, but decided that that would basically cause people to constantly ask me about him, and it's a bit of a downer. Not that I mind you asking, but you know, if every single person that walked in was like, "Hey, who's Barry?" So I don't have a pet at the moment. I will eventually get another dog. Will not get another beagle because I feel like that would be trying to replace him, and I never want to replace him. But I will get another dog because I like having, you know, a dog around, having a companion. But it's going to be a while. It's a lot of reasons. Some of them, you know, emotional. Some of them just pragmatic. It was hard for me to go anywhere. Like, even like just overnight, you know, you can't go spend the night at your parents' house, for example, and leave your dog at home, or spend the weekend with your parents and leave the dog at home. And they wouldn't let him in the house. He had to stay in the backyard. And as he got older, that was just, you know, leaving him in the backyard by himself all day was just not really a thing. He was an indoor dog. So yeah, I've got ideas on what kind of dog I might get next, but right now it's too soon, and there's just a lot of things going on with me that having a dog would overcomplicate. So, but eventually, I have an idea. I, I feel like the next dog I get is going to be a Frenchie, a French bulldog. But who knows when that'll be? Losing a dog is so hard. I lost celebration. Aw. I tried to give Barry the best life possible, and my heart goes out to you over your greyhound. Yeah, I came home one night from work, and he was under the piano. I have like a little electric piano, which I have no idea how to play, but I bought it one time because I'm like, hey, maybe I'll learn, and I haven't. But that's a whole other story. He was under the piano, and my first thought was, oh, okay, well, that's a different place for him to lay. He had found some towels that my mom had given me that I just had in a garbage bag, and ripped them out of the garbage bag and made that a bed in the middle of the living room floor. And I was like, okay, whatever. And that's where he was most of the time. But he was under the piano. And so I just kind of looked at him. I was like, hey, I'm home. Went and made dinner and sitting at the table. Table I'm at now, but it used to be in the dining room. I actually moved my dining room table to the living room to make a compute. It was already a computer table anyway, so it's just better setup. Anyway, not important. And then I noticed him like doing this constant sort of howling thing, like not a usual howl. And I like got up and I looked at him and I'm like, what's going on? And then I noticed his back legs were both pointing out the same direction underneath him, which is really weird. Like usually he would lay with like his front legs like that and his back legs like that, sort of like an H, I guess. And so I reached down, to pick him up, and his legs just sort of dangled there, and he was wet. And I'm like, wait, so he's clearly been laying in his own urine. It's just, but his legs were just dangling. I tried to sit him up on his legs, and they wouldn't support his weight, which obviously freaked me out. So I called this was probably about 10 o'clock, 10:30. So I called the emergency 24-hour veterinary hospital, told them what was going on, and as soon as I told them that he had no use of his back legs and how old he was, they were like, you probably should go ahead and bring him in. So I ended up putting him, all but his front paws and his head, in a garbage bag, which I felt so terrible to do, but I needed to carry him, I needed to put him in the car, and he's wet, so actually ultimately the vet said it was actually a really good idea. Took him to the vet, checked him in, and they came in about 5 minutes after I filled out the paperwork and said, come on back, and they told me that we needed to just let him go, that he'd had a good life, but he was in a lot of pain. And I said, well, do you know what it is? And they said, well, we'd have to run a lot of tests to know exactly what's going on. But he said, I know his organs are shutting down. I was like, oh, okay. Not nearly that together. But so they gave me time to be with it. They gave him a sedative because I could hear him yelping in the back the whole time. So they gave him a sedative and brought him out to me, or into the room with me, and gave me time to talk to him. And then they came in and did the injections, and I petted him the whole time, and I talked to him until I was pretty sure he was not there anymore. And I went home and cried my eyes out and didn't go to work for the next 4 days. So anyway, that's the story of how I lost Barry. And this may seem a bit morbid, but for me, it's more of a tribute. I have a calendar on my phone, and you're probably not going to be able to see this, but I lost him. It's not what I wanted to do. I lost him on April 29th at 1 a.m. so Thursday morning. And on that night, or that day after, I think it was, I made an appointment or a calendar entry on my phone that says Life Without Barry. And it ends the last possible minute my calendar would go to. So it's from Thursday, April 29th of this year at 1 a.m. to Wednesday, December 31st, 2036 at 11:59 p.m. And I know that sounds sort of weird, but it's just, sort of my way to honor his memory and always remind myself of him, but in a good, but not in a, well, it's hard to explain. So, yeah, I tried to be a good dad for him. It's funny, anytime I add something in my calendar, it says, there's already an appointment for that. So I'm like, yeah, I know. It's fine. I did love him a lot. Without going into any further detail than this, I was married for about 8 years. And let's just say, I got him when we were together. And I'll just say he's the best and only thing I took out of that marriage. So, but I'm not getting into that. Maybe some other time. But anyway, but thanks for the kind words. I loved him a lot. I miss him. I still sometimes walk in the door and look for him for a half second. But anyway, let's go back to getting beat up.
But you do know it's rude to cut in, right?
What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Gargan, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, no, I thought I could pull that one down. Dang it. Okay, they're ganging up on me like nobody's business. Even when I dodge, he hits me.
Stop blocking my way! Stop aiming right at me!
Stupid! How about the We Murder
Oh, it's not a downer. But you can imagine, I feel like it's not a downer for me. I feel like it would be a downer for the channel if it was constantly asked about. Because I was going to name the channel Life Without Barry. But then I thought, every single person is going to ask what that means. And that's fine, but at some point, if the channel, or when the channel, if you want to be optimistic, becomes successful, and there's people that are there day in and day out and day in and day out, I don't want to bring them down by constantly telling the story. So I may write it up or something and make it a command, or if you want to know, you can type Barry and it'll tell you everything. But just repeating it every time for every new person and all the old people, having to listen to the sad story of how my dog passed away, just didn't seem like it was something that was a smart idea.
Oh, Scorp, love you, but you do know it's rude to cut in, right?
What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed him.
Exactly what I would have done.
Oh.
Like an old married couple, you two.
Did I get him? I got him. That's the wrong guy.
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
How about the We Murdered Spider-Man and used his corpse for a blanket? Hey,
Gargan, please, you embarrassed yourself.
I'm gonna name my yacht after you. The Squash.
Well, I don't know that it's tough for me to relive it, because I'm pretty much okay with it now. I mean, it would have been tough at the time, obviously. But I'm at the point now where I can talk about it without much issue.
Yes,
But
Gargan, that is exactly
I just don't
what
think
would have done.
viewers are going to want to constantly hear about. Like, if you come here for entertainment and I'm constantly telling the story of how I lost my dog, that's not what you're here for.
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The scary... the dirty half-dozen?
How about the We Murdered Spider-Man?
So that's why I might make it a command or something, so that if you want to know, the information is there, but it'll just show up for you.
There's some way to ground Scorpion.
Get him? Come down and help, Brock.
Guys, please! There's plenty of me to go around.
Can't believe I'm stuck with a moron like you.
Come here and I'll fix that.
Rhino's getting his suit removed. What did Octavius promise you, Scorpion?
But God has
Ah,
he fights for profit.
Untrue. I lick Spider-Man's face off for free. The money for both.
Stop
blocking my
control
aim!
yourself.
Alexei, move your ass!
We failed because of you, Gargan. You will know the pain this suit can cause.
where'd he go?
Try it, Red Menace. Hell, maybe I'll pull you out of the suit myself.
I can't. Oh, there's Scorpion. It's too late.
I feel like I don't even need to be here. You guys want to sort this out yourselves?
Come on, run this way.
That's why I big bucks.
No, it's fine. I'll just pause it. I'm never gonna be upset because people want to talk to me.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, that's probably not what exactly not what people are looking for on Twitch. What tattoos? Is that the Greyhound spooks? I'm enjoying the conversation. What up, Just Creeping? Keep on creeping.
Of course, love you, but you do know it's room to cut in, right?
If I didn't beg him to give up,
Yes, Gargan, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, like an old married couple, you two.
Move it, Gargan!
watch where you're going, you idiot!
Watch where you stand.
I missed it. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
So you guys in Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half-Dozen?
How about we murdered Spider-Man court for a blanket? Eh?
Gargan, please, you embarrass yourself. taking my brain!
Alexei, move your ass! Get him, you idiot!
Get him! Pop up, help rock!
Guys, please! There's plenty of me to go around!
Ah. How is he attacking me when he's webbed up?
What did Octavius promise you, Scorpion?
Money. Gargan has no principle. He fights for profit.
I'd rip Spider-Man's face off for free!
Ah.
He was brave, but also very small.
Well, I mean, I kind of figured out from the context that Spooks was his name. Yeah, that's creeping wants to creep. That's fine.
What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Gargan, that is exactly what I would have done.
Like an old married couple, you two!
Move it, Gargan! You are in my way!
So you guys and Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
How about the we murdered Spider-Man?
No!
Worked for a
I had
blanket.
focus and I lost it.
Gargan, please! You embarrass yourself!
This is ridiculous.
Get him, you idiot! Get him! Calm down and help, Rock!
Guys, please! There's plenty of me to go around!
Just as a Gargan, I will squash Hog myself!
Oh, did the Scorpion got done?
He was
And I died.
but also very small.
If I fall asleep during events, I just have you propped up on a pillow next to me. Well, I mean, you know. On a pillow next to you? Why would I be upset?
Oh, Scorps, love you, but you do know it's rude to cut in, right?
What were you gonna do if I didn't show up? Beg him to give up?
I do admit, though, I'm a little disappointed you stopped telling me what you were wearing.
Ah, like an
Just
old married
kidding.
couple, you two!
Just kidding. I'm not trying to make this weird. It's just how I am. Oh, you pulled the wrong thing, Spider-Man. Oh, crap.
You guys and Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
How about the we murdered Spider-Man and used his corpse for a blanket?
Hey, Gargan, please! You embarrass yourself!
I'm gonna name my yacht after you. The Squashed Spider.
Well, I mean, you did say you're going to make me your style icon, so you're going to have to be a fashion queen, right?
Oh, Scorps, love you, but you do know it's rude to cut in, right?
What were you gonna do if I didn't? Beg him to give up?
Yes, Gargan, that is exactly what I would have done.
Ah, like an old married couple, you two!